Hey guys, this is Hildozer from Zombieland Gaming, and I am starting off as Frostpunk. This game has had my attention, and I've attempted 4 playthroughs. The second one, I actually got close to experiencing the Frost Storm.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped, pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We lost our world to snow, and with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained, came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Okay, so the game has a very, 28 days to die feel to it there in the beginning. And one of the things I will say about the game is it's got a pretty quick learning curve. Like, you've got to pick up because you don't have a lot of time. Now, I will say that in my playthroughs, the second one being the one that got closest to the storm, I've been trying different things. So I'm gonna like say some of the stuff that I found out on my own. If you consider it spoilers, I would say just kind of maybe, I don't know what to tell you. But this is what you start out with. So I always send the max out to all three: the coal, the steel, and the wood. Now, that's still going to leave me 5 available workers and the engineers. Now, the engineers are going to go into stuff like medical stuff, medical buildings, and they're the only ones that can go there. But you can also use them in gathering and in uh, different buildings. So, one of the important things is one of the things that I do like about this game is the way that the road system works. Now, I'm going to drop the homes all the way around the main heat source, and there's a reason for that, which I'll get into later. But like I was saying, the roads have a very unique system. You can see where you can put them by the white lines. Now, they actually go in between the buildings. Now, that's based on the amount of wood that you have. You don't really want to go doing a bunch of that business here in the beginning. You definitely want to get. I always go with the homes right around the center generator. Now, the reason the generator isn't on because your first quest is to get 200 coal and then turn it on. Now, I'm going to play for a little while today, but one of the things that I'm going to tell you is that you have to build workshops. You can go with 2. I tried 3, and 3 really ripped a lot of the research like really, really fast. Um, But one of the things, you can research different buildings and stuff like this. Now, homes you can actually upgrade. They start off as tents, and they can upgrade to houses. Now, the one thing that it took me a little while to figure out, as dumb as it might sound, is that when you, uh, I'll get to that in a minute. When you want to upgrade them, you just build on top of the existing structure. So, like I said, when you get the barracks, you just click right on top of the completed tent, and it actually builds it up from there. So you don't have to knock them down to rebuild them. Now, what that was, your little book of laws, like stuff that you want to do. Like, for example, you have soup. You can make a decent amount of it, but it's not going to make them as happy. Hope will fall slightly, discontent will rise slightly. Eating soup will cause discontent. That's the way it goes. Or you can go with food additives where they put sawdust in. Now, that's going to make hope fall slightly, discontent rise slightly, and some people will get sick. I never go with food additives. I always go with the soup. Then there's radical treatment versus sustained life. I don't really worry about that one in the beginning. There's cemeteries where you honor the dead, and then corpse disposal. Child labor versus child shelters. All that does is you can send the kids to work in non-dangerous jobs versus just letting them sit around in school. I have never chosen the child shelters. I've always sent them to safe jobs because you really need the help in the beginning. Emergency shifts, that's going to make discontent rise, and eventually you'll be able to make it so that in order to have emergency shifts, they have to have food. Fighting arena is for happiness. I always flat out, first thing I always go for is either emergency shifts or soup. Most of the time soup, though. And then I just get this ring built with houses, with tents. Sorry. They're going to be easier to heat because obviously they're near the core generator. People are going to stay happy. All of this, you don't have to worry about them. Bada bing, bada boom, all done. Now, they did put the stockpiles, and this is where you can see exactly how warm or cold the house is. Obviously, the colder, the better chance they have of getting sick and or gravely ill. But since I don't have any of these little guys, medical outposts, it's kind of pointless to really worry about it in the beginning of the game. Later on, like you'll see, you're gonna want to start building those guys. But what you start out with is just the tents, the medical post, the cookhouses. You're gonna need a cookhouse to be able to cook the raw food. The hunter's hut will they'll go out at night, so that building is actually active at night versus the other buildings which are active during the day. So, one of the little tricks and trinkets you can use with the hunter's hut is you don't have to man it right away. What you can do is just let it roll, and take people and put them to work in outside jobs, such as the lumber mill, coal mining, this stuff like this, and then switch them over to the hunter's hut at night. Now, the day ends at 1800. The one thing that you have to keep in mind is, and I found this out the hard way, is if you put people into the hunter's hut, you have to pull them early at like 1700, because if wherever they are, they actually have to walk to the hunter's hut. Now, they'll still go out hunting, and they only hunt at night, but they will stay out longer based on how fast you actually get them to the hut. So that's one thing to keep in mind, because at the start of the day, when you hear that horn again, their food, all the hunter's food, goes into the raw food pile. Now, where this becomes a problem is if you start chasing the dragon because you don't have enough people, and you start doing that, it's going to make them late to getting to their jobs, which then in turn they may miss half a day of work, and you have to just send them right back to the hunter's hut. So you have to be very careful how you play that game, because it is a very, very, very dangerous game to play. A hunter's hut also is not something that needs heat, and that's something else I'm going to cover. Cemeteries, uh, and the hunter's hut. These are things you don't really need heat for. Um, the I can't remember the name of it. The one that's going to let you, where you throw the balloon up. It'll come to me when I see it. Um, beacon, the beacon. I will build a road to the very outskirts where there is nothing, and that's where I will put the hunters' huts, the beacon, the cemetery, stuff like this, because it just doesn't need heat. So when I have enough for a road, now you don't necessarily have to follow follow the quadrant that they have. You can make your own kind of little design, and that's what I'm going to do. The only thing is you run into a danger, because as you can see, I'll take for example the cookhouse. See how that's set? That's not going to work for me. So now anything that goes to this line, you're going to want to have that same at least 3 length, because if you start doing stuff, willy wonky, you're going to get to the point to where we'll turn this on for the night. You're going to start losing land, and that's going to be bad, because you're going to wind up having little open spots like 2 and 4 brick areas that could have held something, but it can't, because you've gone and screwed things up and kind of done it like that. Now, that may wind up happening here, like when I make this road to go back here. But the reason that I'm picking this is because this stuff isn't going to be around that long, and I'm going to need something for this coal, for the coal mine. I'm also going to need to get to this wood as soon as I can make sawmills, and I just want to bury the stuff that does not need heat as far as possible out. So, illness and healthcare, this is where they cover that. The medical posts, obviously for the sick, gravely ill, they just kind of nurse them along. The care house, if there have to be amputees, stuff like this, they go there. You can make stuff for the amputees in the factory, which will put them back to work. They actually rejoin the workforce. And then the infirmary, gravely ill can be cured there. At some point, you can upgrade them to where you can feed them food and they'll heal faster, which is kind of good if you come up with a good way of getting a pile of food, which I will go over in just a little while. We have that. Why are they not building? Are they building the road yet, or no? Or what are we doing? Okay, yeah, they built that road. Okay, cool. Now this was on sale at Steam, and I've been playing a lot of RTSs lately. I like the competitive nature of it. I don't play them online like with other people and whatnot. I just like trying to learn it, doing like different stuff, just playing against the computer. But to each his own. I played StarCraft, played Warcraft, played Warparty, got my ass kicked again today. Playing that, I think I know what I did wrong. So I'm going to try that out again later. But I'm going to do Dawn of Man. I've just kind of been on an RTS kick lately, don't know why. But this was on the Steam sale, and it was, all 3 of those games were actually very reasonably priced, and they were very well worth the sale price. I'm not sure when the next Steam sale is going to be. I think they usually have a Labor Day one, but for sure Halloween, and then Black Friday, and then Christmas. So, it actually takes a little while to gather all this crap. And as you can see, like once you turn this on at night, this number actually does fall. It doesn't save at the point where you were. You actually have to get it to 200. So, when it turns day, I'm shutting that back off so that they can gather everything and get everything going. Now, all the building and stuff will happen at night. It can happen during the day if you have free people, but it's going to mostly happen after they're done with their jobs. They're going to build whatever they have to and then go to bed. Now, like I was saying earlier, if you take from uh, the a job, a coal mine or whatever, and send people to the hunter's hut, and then at the beginning of the new day, the next morning, take them from the hunter's hut back to the coal mine. I don't know why they haven't fixed it, but the people don't actually get tired. The only thing that can affect that is illness. So you could have a full boat in the hunter's hut. So, for example, at the beginning, before you do any add-ons, it's 15 people. So there could be 15 people showing, but they could be sick, they could be hurt. So it's going to show that there's 15 people there, but some of them are not physically there, if that makes sense. And it hurts your production. That's the main point, is it hurts your production. I'm actually going to put that there. Now, at some point, once I get pretty decent at the game, I may try different stuff by putting points in other places. Now, what I am going to do is the next time that once I do make it to 15 wood, I'm going to drop this guy, and then I'm going to drop another one. I'm going to drop them probably side by side on the road here. So let's get that wood. Let's get this paper. So actually, I am going to put the children in with them. They're 15. I'm going to put 5 children there. Now, it may seem kind of heartless and cold, but I'd rather be heartless and cold than cold and dead. The one thing that I won't do for the one law is I don't like, I don't know, I have a problem signing that one. That just seems like so twisted. And besides, the picture of that kid, like, come on, guy, don't do that to me. I can't sign that one. I can't. I haven't in the 4 playthroughs I've done it. I haven't signed that one. I just can't do it. And this number here is how much is left, and that's what they're taking per hour. So anytime you see any of that, like there's 52 wood there, 6 an hour, 120. They haven't started touching that yet. But what I am going to do with this is you will see once you start getting higher tech. Like, let me see if I can do it here. Okay, see, like that is where the outpost will go. That's where one of the upgraded things you can get is a wall driller for wood. That goes there. So you can't like put anything on, like you can there, but it does say it's blocking an important facility. So like those are the steel places, those are the coal fields. There's another one. So you got to be kind of mindful where you do put stuff. So I dropped 2 of them. Now I am going to have to pull the engineers as soon as those are built, for absolute sure. Oh, damn it. Let's shut you down. Yeah, I'm thinking they can probably get that in 7 hours, 6.5 hours. Okay, so they're just about done there. Because what I am going to do is, I'm going to make sure they get that coal before I turn that back on. I don't want to turn that. Yeah, they'll get it. That was 20 in an hour. So we just need like 2 more hours. Okay, so you kind of have a choice here. Now you can only put 2 outposts. I'm not real clear. I think that's where the other one goes. Because it kind of stands out, but I'm not sure. And I don't want to build on it. Like, that's obviously where the first one goes. I'm thinking that's where the second one is going to go. So I'm going to probably try to stay away from building, like, right up on there until such time as I have that other outpost, and we'll get into what that all means for later. Oh, there it is. That's for the outpost. All right. So I'm actually gonna do it like. All right. Well, we can check it actually. Health, medical post, food. Okay. So yeah, it is a 3. So I'm just going to put the first one there. We'll drop the second one. Okay. So I am going to have to build the old chop house. Okay, so one of the wreckages was completed. We're going to go ahead and max that up. See, I'm not going to use... I'll maybe use 5 engineers here. Because those are going to take 5 apiece. And each one of these, one of the things I did find out was really interesting, each one of your settlers, survivors, whatever you want to call them, each one of them thinks for themselves. They'll go get food, they have families, it's really kind of cool. You can track where they're going, what they're doing at all times. So it's really just kind of interesting how they personalized each and every single one of them. The heat is off. We must have gotten... I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. So we do have 255 coal. Now, we don't use a whole pile of coal. Okay, so, yeah, that's... Okay, we can stop now. Okay. Okay, so in this kind of case, I always base my choice off of between 2 things: either getting that beacon or getting that gathering. I am probably going to be doing gathering first. And I am going to go ahead and set up overtime as soon as this is up, because in 6 hours, yeah, about 6 hours, I'm taking overtime just because I want the research. I want that power. Now, the one thing that you do have to be careful about is overbuilding. You have a finite amount of people. If they start dying, that's one less worker that you're going to have to do stuff. So you have to really, really be careful how you do this. You want to try to get a medical facility up, but it is the nature of the beast. People are going to die, and that's just the way it is. So, as hard as it is, as much as it's going to suck, you don't want to lose people, but at the same time, there's not a whole lot you can really do about it. You just got to kind of manage things the best that you can, and kind of go from there. Now, we got 15. That it's after work hours. They should be going up. They will be going out. And you're going to see what I mean. Now, when the morning horn blows, these people are not going to be back right away. So this is what I mean about, stealing from Paul to give to John. You got to be careful, because at the end of the day, when that horn sounds, the hunters get ready to go. Now, because they were 2 hours late, you'll see what I mean here in a minute. Okay, so that's just kind of enforcing that you should probably build the beacon. That should probably be happening soon. On and on and on. I'm gonna remove the kids from there and put them in there. Now they're closed for the day. I'm switching. Now this is how you can switch. The soup, you get 5 food rations from 2 raw. If you go to standard, you get 4 out of 2. I don't have time for that business right now. See, now, like, the hunters just went out. That's no good. Like, if you're trying to bounce and put people here, put people over there, that's no good. Like, you gotta balance what you have with what you need. All right. And so gathering posts. Gathering posts are going to be good for, like, you can put them up for these if you wanted to. I kind of don't. I just kind of let them do their walk and do whatever they're going to do. Um, the gathering spots are going to be more for, like, the coal thumpers. Oh, this is so weird when this happens. Watch. They just walk into no place and just disappear. It freaked me out the first couple of times I saw it because I wondered what the hell was going on. They just walked to nowhere. But anyways, uh, the gathering posts, you'll put those down. You have to man them uh, in order for them to gather, and they gather pretty efficiently. You'll have to put down multiples depending on what you have. Uh, Whatever you make, be it the coal thumper, the steam coal thumper, because each one will produce more. Uh, the resource depot is just for storage. So when these bars start getting to red, you should have a resource depot up, and when the resource depot is built, you can just click for what you want it to store, be it raw or cooked food. Coal, steel, wood, whatever the case may be. You can just click it and boom, it's there, and then you can upgrade them to be able to hold more later on. But right now, everybody is in their homes. They're all nice and warm. As you can see, they're comfortable. Everybody's happy. No one's getting ill. Yippee skippy. Everybody's fine. Now, that's honestly the one thing, the place that I tend to screw up is like this. It's comfortable. That's livable. No, you don't have to worry about that. But when that bar starts turning like to a blue, people are gonna start getting sick. Efficiency goes down. Kind of figured that one out the hard way, and I'll admit it should have seemed obvious, but it just didn't. And I'm kind of embarrassed once I did figure it out, because I really did waste a lot of time doing stuff that I could have just been doing on my, I could have been succeeding on my own. And honestly, I think that's why I ultimately failed the one try playthrough where I hit the frost. So what I'm going to do is when these guys get back, I'm going to send them out gathering. But at about 16:30, I'm going to pull them to go back to the hunters thing, back to the hunters hut. And I do like some of the voice emotes and stuff. End of day, grab your tools. Okay, so to conserve, I'm going to shut that down since nobody's at home. At least they shouldn't be at home. Now, there are times that this won't be able to function. You can put internal heaters, which is like a thermostat or a furnace inside of a regular home. I'm from the north, so I know like central air and having thermostat for the heat in the wintertime. So you can also insulate the homes, which will help, but at the same time, besides the insulation, you can heat them. Now, if they're close enough to the central generator, it's just that much more heat. And you'll find out, like, should we wind up making it to the end, how important that really is. Now, the next law, because I always miss the sound of that, I'm definitely going with emergency shifts. No one's died, knock on wood. I am going to put up a medical post. Now, see how that's a little bit different? And it fits perfectly there, but I don't really want that there. So what I'm going to do, see, if I put it on this way around, I'm going to wind up losing a couple of spots. As you can see, it's going to be like half of a house. But at the same time, I'm going to have to put heat in. So one of the things I like to do is to ensure that I heat my stuff up. And to remind myself, I'm going to start a new row, and it's going to be right there. Now, I am going to drop 2 of them, mainly because I have the mats. Now, keeping in mind what I said, I may not have the personnel for that. Now, I can for sure tell you, I got to watch that time, because it may not even be worth my time to pull them now. Okay, family torn apart. We'll do what we can. Okay, there's one guy that's hungry. Yeah. Whenever that comes up, I always give the kid the day off. I can't be a bastard. As unbelievable as that might be, I can't be a prick. There was one of these that had kids with it. Now, I do have to watch that time. Yeah, in 3 hours, I gotta pull them. Okay, so we got the faster research. Faster gathering. Now, I am going to go with the beacon to get that business started up. Which one of oh, there. Okay. Okay, so now as you can see, they got a pile of food. So I will probably... I don't have enough for storage. So I'm probably not going to let these guys go out tonight. Why is the generator down? Who turned it off? I didn't turn that off. You know what? I lied. It's getting close. It's getting real close. Well, we had the people. We had the people for it because things are getting depleted. So, I'm going to pop that into overdrive, which is going to piss them off. But that's the way life goes. So as people are coming in, they're going to wind up eating. That food's going to go down. So I'm really not going to worry too much about all of that business right just quite yet. If we get that built, that'd be just fabulous. Okay, so we have 9 children. I want that built. And screw it, I'll just send them there. Okay, so that's going to fit in perfectly there. That's going to wind up holding some food. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to build extra ones out this way. Alright, that's going to pop that. which now they'll bring back even more food. I want the mill. I want the sawmill. We need 35 steel, which we've got, and it's the wood we need. So there is not much I can do about that right now. Since everybody is punched out for the day. Nice, there's a ton of coal on the ground. Okay, so we gotta get engineers back. Okay, so that is up and running. They're at 0 efficiency because there is nobody in there. There's none there. Nothing there. I could have sworn I had more than... Okay, whatever. Okay, so you can change these at any time. I'm personally going to set that guy to food rations. It's at 50%. It's livable. I'm guessing it might be because it's a little cold over there. The thing is, I don't have the hubs yet, so they're just going to have to deal. And that is closed, so all of my engineers seem to have decided to go to France or something. I don't know. Well, all right. Yep, there's no engineers there. There's some engineers. Alright, so we're just going to speed this up a little bit. We're just going to get time going. Alright, so they got the sawmill. Now, I have to give them something else. I'm going to go with Steam Hub. For sure. Now the one thing I am going to do is I'm going to build this road. It's going to skirt that. Uh-oh. We're going to get it to there, which is going to put it on the wood. Now, what I am going to do is say, for example, I'm going to probably put the wood mill here. I don't like wasting materials or resources, so I'm going to probably get as much of that wood as humanly possible. I do need to get the beacon built so that I can start getting people here. Oh, poop on a stick. I gotta give them something. Yeah, go. Oh, I am short a piece of wood. Okay. Well, I have just royally screwed that up, haven't I? There we go. Alright. We'll get that little piece of street going for him. What do we have here? Protected mother. Refuse to let her daughter go to work. Afraid she'll get injured. Might let her have the day off. I'm not gonna... I just, like I said, I just can't be a prick. I'm not going to do that. Um, Now, as you can see, there is one person that's gravely ill. I want to try to stop someone from dying. Now, you could go with that one, but I think that just keeps the what little medical facilities you have packed. So I'm going to go with hopefully maybe saving that guy's life, and it worked. Nobody died. Everybody's happy. We're all good. There's 7 hungry, but there's food. I don't know what the problem is. They got to get home from work and make with the chop. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So we're just going to kind of let things roll. Why are you inoperable? Alright. That doesn't please me at all. So we're just going to let that guy roll. We got everything. The one is good enough. I've got the one for backup. Okay, so the temperature drops a little bit, and bada bing, bada boom. Everybody ain't feeling. They're not feeling it. Now, this is where I wish that I would have researched things. I don't know if kicking it to overdrive will help that. No, it did not. Well, let's give it a second. Okay, it did. Oh, no, it did. Nope, I was clicking the warehouse. Okay, it didn't help. Not much I can do. We went from doing good to back to being poop. Let's see if it'll help that one. Nope, we need to get those hubs. Alright. How much longer? 79%, almost 80%, less than an hour. Alright. So we're going to drop one right there. Get them nice and happy, get them nice and warm, make with the chop chop, and off we go to the races. Because there's nothing going on. They ain't cooking what food they got. There it is. Alright, so while we have them, we are going to go ahead. I'm not going to worry about the coal thumper just quite yet. I'm going to go with that. I want to get the very edge of stuff. So that's going to make that at least operable. They'll get some food cooked today at least, which will be good. You know, they got some food in last night, so that'll be good. Everything's good. So I'm not really going to go too hog wild with this. It's at 100% efficiency. I don't know what to tell you. They need to make with the chop. They need to get them boots a walking. Okay, we can make the beacon, which I really don't want to cut that off. I don't want to. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that guy right here like so. Now you are going to need five workers for that to send them out. What's this? Okay. Yep, I know he's got frostbite. The heater's almost up. Boom. And there we go. Now you can make it 24 hours or just during work hours. Personally, I'm just going to do it during work hours. Now, they probably are packed. Yeah. Oh, that guy is not packed. Okay, so we have the potential to get more workers. So what we're going to do is we're going to max that one out. We're going to max that one out. And then get them rolling there. They're not going to get the next thing done by any stretch of the imagination. There's coal out there, so I'm not going to worry about the coal thumpers, but I am going to get that gear. Now maybe people just aren't getting to the food house. I don't know. I'm really not clear why there's people starting. I mean, they also could be at work, and later on you'll get field kitchens where you can put the field kitchens right up by where the jobs are. And I don't believe they need heat. Now we still have a bunch of stuff to go out and gather. So I think that's what I am going to do. I think I've kind of been screwing that up with the hunters. Okay, so you watch the thing go up. This is actually kind of cool. Okay, so those are the points you can go explore. But again, you need 5 people. So, they're just going to have to bite the bullet. We need wood. I'm not sure how much wood that is. We needed a win. Okay, they're out, and they're both out. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn that heater on. Alright. So, that's going to make him unhappy. And this is going to make him unhappy. Well, actually, that's coal. We have a bunch of coal just laying about. Some steel. Alright, I'm calling for an emergency. They need to get out there. Okay, so it's 40, I think? Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah, 40 wood to be able to go out. So they're not going to be able to go out till tomorrow. Actually, they aren't... Wow, they got a long run. How much is the... Sawmill? Sawmill can go up. Okay, so let's pick a law. We're gonna go with cemetery. Crap, 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 crap. You need 10 wood. So if I were to put that next to a road, we would get that much of it. I can always move it. Now, I am going to put the hunters in there. For absolute certain. The hunters are going in there. Oh, first death. Yep, need 10 wood. Ain't gonna happen right now. We all must sacrifice. Keep them going. Okay, so we got that. So we're done with hunters. We're done with everything else. We just need this stuff, and this probably is not going to happen because I don't have 10 wood, so I just wasted that emergency thing. And that's the one thing that you're going to wind up doing. You're going to wind up making stupid mistakes like this. So an entire 6 hours, 6.5 hours is going to get wasted. On top of then being pissed off because it's an overtime shift. And I raised discontent for really no reason. Now, that is, and that's what I was talking about, the heater, like the thermostat inside the houses. Like a building can have them. So now all my buildings have them. So it'll just add to that guy. As long as I have the coal, it'll add to that to keep business good. And like I said, like the food rations, okay, we'll switch it to raw. Or maybe not right now, but you can switch it eventually. Moderate risk of getting sick. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay, so they're back already? I don't think so because they, or is that done? No, that's definitely not done. Okay. So we'll keep them there. They're going to come on over here and make with the chop chop. We're going to go coal. Yeah, I'll give kids double rations. I have no problem with that. Um, go get that wood. Alright, so we're almost... We got a little bit more for the coal pile yet. We got a little bit more for that one. Then we got that guy. Then we got this steel out here. And we got that. Well, they must be coming from across the way, because I don't know why that thing isn't working yet. It is waiting for workers. Now this is where you start robbing from Peter to pay Paul. This is no good. I am really shocked that this is taking forever to actually start up. Like, they're not even gonna make it. Okay, well, we'll just max that up. Hold on to the 3 for that. Hopefully they're going to make 10 more wood. Because if not, this is going to be a huge waste. Come on, 2 hours. Get 8 more wood in here, guys. Come on. You can do it. Do it. I'll actually... Oh, no. I'll actually pull them from there. 2 more wood, guys. Come on. In an hour. 2 more wood. Come on. 1 more. Alright. And now, all you have to do is click on the question mark. Left click. And that's when it comes up with the choice. It'll come to either go there or not, and the time it will take to get there. So there's that. Alright, we got another law coming in. I'm going with fighting arenas to make everybody happy. I don't think I can buy it. I build them yet. Nope. Okay, personally I can't wait till that's emptied. That for sure is going to take a couple more turns. As will that. Guess maybe I should have put the resource buildings down to let them just run the resources in. Alright, so the hunters are out. Okay, we have a little bit of stuff, but not enough to actually get started. So that hurts. That's hurting a lot. So I'll put them in there. Maybe get some of this taken care of. Probably not. Alright, we're just going to speed this up. As you can see, they have their little timer right there, so you can see exactly how long it's going to take for them to get to where they're going. Okay, we got our first amputee. Can't really do anything about that just quite yet. So my discontent is kind of rising. Yeah, I know. Alright, well that makes it a little bit more comfortable at least, right? See? Yeah. Alright, we just need these supplies. We just gotta get this crapola in here. So I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the coal thumpers out here and let them gather up some of that business. Alright, we can shut down the overdrive. That's working as intended. Get in there. Okay, so let's see what happens. Inhabited cave, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they got bears. So what you can do is leave the bears alone and let it be the survivor's problem. Or, if you actually save the survivors, that's what you get when you come back. Now, there is a thing where I've done this twice and gotten all the people and survived. One time I lost my scouting crew, so let's see what happens. People in the cave join them. They drove the beasts away. Okay. They are coming towards the city, and they shall be there in 7 hours, 17 minutes. So we're going to have fresh workers then. Is this because the road is not going to it? Is that what the problem is? Because it should be showing that it's not operational due to the road. I don't know why they're giving me such a hard time this time around. Okay, so we're actually going to... we can actually start researching again. Gold Thumper. So yeah, they're going to be good and mad. But We hope to give them fighting arenas and 4 wood. And 1 wood. Go team. Wait, what was that other thing? Oh, the cemetery. Okay, so that's 10 wood. Okay, so as you can see, that guy is going right there. And the cemetery doesn't need heat, so the cemetery is coming out here for sure too. I don't know what the problem is here. I've never had this problem before. I honestly don't know what is going on right now with that. Okay. Yeah, definitely can't do that. That doesn't fit right. Alright, it takes 10 wood. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to put it right there for now. Just so I can say it's built. These guys can't get here fast enough. I swear to God they can't. Bingo! Here's a little... Okay. Now, he's going to wait until you send him out. So, get on out there, dog. Actually, get to them. Alright, so, oh, we got the wood mill going. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So the new people are going straight to work. I was going to put them all in there. We seem to be doing decently with the food, but now we do have more people. Research is kicking off. I'm going to go with that. So maybe I will leave him there. That should be done tomorrow, hopefully. Because... oh, we have 18 engineers. 18 engineers is a good thing. And 18 engineers is a good thing. Because I'm going to put up more hospitals. Now, this is where you have to kind of make a decision what you want to do. Personally, I don't really want to lose that. But at the same time, I want the houses kept somewhat close together so that they're manageable. Now, this one is where I chose to build things of the like. So, I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard place on this one. Now, we do have a core now. We've had the core. And workday is done. No more workers. Um, yep. See, they want a medical post. So I'm really kind of left with kind of a rock and a hard place here. We're going to cut them, take them, max that out. We're going to get a kit out there, which isn't probably the best thing I should be doing. I can admit that. But we have the sawmill manned up. We're going to max that out to get the food. And, oh, what do we got? What do we got here? Thank you. Wisdom of the crowd. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so there's going to be some homeless people. Actually, there's going to be 13 homeless people. Well, actually, 3 homeless. No, actually, no homeless people. Ha ha ha. Got you. Oh, no, that's a fighting arena. That's a tent, though. And that's a tent. And that's a tent. So there's going to be 3 homeless people here. So, yeah, that's what's going on here. So, yeah, I think I'll stop it here. I'm going to go ahead and save game. Yes. Put this guy. And there we go. Okay, so save us right there. Alright, so this has been Helldozer Zombieland Gaming. If you see something you like, please like and subscribe. I'm going to keep going with this game. Kind of like it a lot. And we'll see you guys again later. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.